Good morning, YouTube. This video is for Don Imus, the radio shock jock, now retired. He had a good run. However, the statement about nappy-headed hoes referring to the Rutgers women's basketball team, that was inappropriate. And it blanketed all women who do not at the time have on makeup. That's all they were guilty of, not having on makeup. They were concentrating on putting the ball through the hoop and winning. They weren't concentrating on being runway models at the time. Just because a woman does not have on makeup, please don't call her rough. Oh, they have no tattoos. Ooh, they look rough. Then they call them nappy-headed hoes. See, he's just old. He didn't even know how to use the phrase. They're not hoes, I'm sure. They're beautiful young women. And it wasn't nappy-headed at all. They had their hair combed. I, however, am looking rough, and my hair is not necessarily combed. So I'll start to put my makeup on now. And this is for you, Imus. We're going to start with a little concealer. Okay, I'm using L'Oreal Bare Natural. You know, I'm getting this. This is not makeup counter makeup. This is, you know, from drugstores and stuff. Because I'm just taking my daughter back and forth to school and doing what I do around here. So, this is all right. You know, I apologize for looking rough from time to time, but it can't be helped. It's a little concealer base. Concealer base. Put that on. Start with the concealer. And you know, referring to women and thinking of women as objects leads to stalking incidents. I'm referring to another horrific tragedy, the most horrific tragedy in our country thus far. Cho was stalking girls and wrestling with feelings and all of that. And people tried to help. They tried to intervene. But because, you know, it's just a domestic incident, you know, it's not that important. No need to ruin anyone's lives. Now we see where this can get you. Okay? Stop treating women as objects. Look at them as people with feelings. You know, women should be cared for in this country. They should be cherished. We bring life into this world. You know, there are lots of good reasons that women exist. But if we don't act as if we believe that, then we're not living up to the standards that have been set forth by our forefathers as far as freedoms and rights. And women have had to fight the good fight to get the few rights we have. We need to start reaching out more to people, to the Don Imuses and the Chos of the world. We need to start reaching out to them. We need some sensitivity training, because this does not make sense at all. But I have to come on YouTube and put my makeup on so that at least one woman's not looking rough, you know. You need to see the transformation. You need to see what many women go through every day before work, squeezing in the 10 minutes that I have here. 20 minutes, you know, spent on makeup. Now, I like makeup. I like wearing it. I'm used to it. You know, if I wasn't so fat and so old, I would have wanted to be a model. I had an aunt that wanted to be a model. She went to Barbizon School of Modeling. You know, it depends on your personal preference. You know, but there are other things that, you know, women need to attend to. Like their household, their children, their husbands, their careers. That's important. And those women really didn't deserve to have to hear that so soon in life, that in spite of all that you have going on for yourself, you still have to look pretty and look good doing it. So next time you put on your stiletto heels and your lollipops and then you run up and down that basketball court. Apparently that was the appropriate method, and you all didn't do that. You didn't have your lollipops on. You have to remember that. You have to wear your teeny tiny short shorts and all. This is Wet n Wild, found nationally. Most drugstores. Yeah. Buffed this into my face. That's right. And I'm glad they went out with some type of minimal makeup. My skin is bad enough. Need any more clogged pores. Have to buff it in good too. Buff it in good. Buff it. Not Jimmy buff it. Just buff the makeup in good. There should be no lines of demarcation, or you'll still be looking rough. Now, this is why women who are playing sports and running up and down basketball courts may not have time for this, because if this gets into your eye, you may miss the shot. You may miss the shot. Okay, that's good enough for that. I'll tell you a little story my mom told me once. Her and my dad, children of the 60s, baby boomers, they went out in all their late 60s, early 70s glories with the bouffant wigs and lashes and what have you. And my mom's friends commented on how beautiful she looked. They'd never seen her all dolled up. And she thought that they probably thought that she was unattractive without that. So my mother's always been very careful with makeup from that point on, because she wants people to like her for who she is, like most people, not just women. You want someone to actually genuinely like you. But because we can't get to know everyone we meet in an instant, we go on looks. I must thought the girls look rough. Shh. What woman doesn't look rough when she's sweating and panting and all that? But that's just stuff you think. You're not supposed to say that, Imus. You only think that. That's why those comments were inappropriate. And it actually ties into what's going on now with the Virginia Tech shootings. This guy was sprung over a woman. A woman. He may have made up these emotions he felt. Who knows? But the girl is dead, and so are 31 other people, 32 including the shooter, Cho. He had 2 roommates, according to CNN, that were caretaking for him. Trying to socialize this young man. And if we didn't make fun of people who seek out mental health help, like Touch with the Brows, if we didn't make fun of those people would probably go on their own. Folks would go on their own to seek out the emotional help that they needed. But because we do make fun of people who seek out help with their emotional status, we have incidents where people don't get the help that they need, even when they're referred. It's not taken serious. Hey, everyone's different. And we need to start taking this stuff seriously. We need to start taking it seriously. We need to start taking people who are in pain, emotional pain, seriously, to avoid further incidents. But today, I won't be looking rough. I won't. Because I have on makeup. This is Panoramic View Mascara in Waterproof. There you go. There you go. And just a little bit of help. And I'll put this lipstick on. I like the lighter look. Light lips, dark eyes. I like that look. It's classic. And there you go. I'm not rough anymore. Not as rough anyway. There's bound to be some man who still doesn't approve of the way I look, but